You guys know how much I love the show, and now to review the first movie, because there are 2 movies. Don't think they're making a 3rd one. I'm just betting on that. The Inbetweeners movie is a continuation of the original British series created by Damon Beasley and Ian Morris, and this movie is directed by Ben Palmer, who I think was one of the directors of the show, and written by creators Damon Beasley and Ian Morris. Because who better? It stars Simon Bird, Blake, Joe Thomas, Blake Harrison, James Buckley. And it stars the 4 dudes, Will, Simon, Neil, and Jay. They graduate from high school, and they're on holiday in, I don't believe Italy, but I'm just going to look it up right now. Thank God for my iPad. Crete? How is it called? Crete. Comment below if I'm pronouncing it, how to pronounce it, because I don't know how to really get this pronunciation. Sorry for what I'm seeing on. Yeah, one of the largest, most populous Greek islands. The largest island in the Mediterranean Sea. It's just them with misadventures again. And of course, you guys can expect where it's going. Now, is this a great movie? Well, no. It actually was intended to be an ending to the TV series. Does it work as an ending for what I saw? Somewhat, yeah. But it's not a great movie. Now, of course, they do give us some subplots. They give us some stuff that we were hoping to see. I'm going to be spoiling it. If you have not seen the series, please do. And you may have been expecting it anyway because of the shit's happening. I mean, Simon and Carly together, do they break up at the beginning of the movie? Also, the head is just awesome. The head is just, he doesn't really have a big part in the movie, but he had a cool cameo. He was cool. I liked, at the graduation ceremony, that was funny. And even at the end, at the post-credit scene, that was actually also pretty damn funny. Now, did this deserve to be a movie? Not really. Why? Because this feels more like an extended episode of the TV series rather than a movie. That's really saying something. Yeah. This movie felt more like an episode of The Inbetweeners, but longer, and also a lot more unrestrained, I guess you can say. Because there's some things that they never really showed on the series, and it could be a little too crude for you guys. Now I can tell you, this series does retain a lot of the elements that made the series. This movie retains a lot of the elements that made the series great. The cringe comedy, all the crude, crass humor is still there, and you got the characters, and they're lovable. They have great chemistry, and overall, they have a lot of crazy over-the-top sex jokes. They try to do the same things now with bullying or school life or staff or whatever. Just getting laid, I guess. This movie I thought had some pretty good. This movie is not all that great though. There are some problems I have with it, such as it feels more like it didn't seem really it just didn't really seem to be a movie. A TV movie? I guess so, but really just more of a TV special. Really, because this felt more like an extended episode than really a movie, and also, it wasn't great. There were times where I thought it was a little too crude, and I just felt more uncomfortable than laughing, really. It was only a couple points, and just that. But besides that, I still enjoyed this movie. It still retains a lot. I still found it pretty funny, and it was a lot more raunchier and a whole lot more graphic, I guess you can say. And it's so entertaining to sit through. You still got Jay being incredibly over the top and so crude and so deep graphic with his dialogue and so horny and shit. It's just cool. And actually, I forgot to mention this in my series recommendation review. I actually said that Neil can actually dance. He actually has this cool dance that's actually kind of funny, but also he has this cool dancing scene that I actually, for when I went back to look at some clips of this movie, I like to rewatch that one over and over again. It's just cool. There's a lot of good there's a lot of good cringe comedy. It works perfectly. Cringe comedy is when you're deriving humor out of awkward situations. And I thought it worked for the most part. I do admit there were some things that just didn't... There were some things that were a little too... That made me cringe more than laugh. Although, there were times I didn't laugh at all. It was a little uncomfortable. So yeah, taking advantage of your R rating. Not exactly the smartest idea. Sorry, I'm itchy, guys. I'm really itchy. Anyways, the cast is still fine. They have good chemistry. Also, what I never got to mention this also in the series recommendation review. The narration, they always offer up a lot of, like, Will offers up a lot of dry execute. He's very dry. I mean, like, when it comes to, like, Simon Bird with his narration, he's very dry. I can just say that. He's very dry when it comes to his execution. And also, he just details it, and it just, he does it, it's just so witty. Here it is the same, but the problem is, yeah. See, you can really tell it feels more like an episode of the series when you have the narration. Now, see, it's not a bad thing. I mean, you can't, I mean, it's fine if you have it, but the thing is, it just felt more like an extended episode. That's just my biggest complaint, and I keep pounding with the head with it. But, yeah, it's true. I did enjoy aspects of this movie. I also thought I laughed a couple times. This really is more for fans of the series. So, people who are non-fans, I mean... It doesn't really matter. You get to see, like you never saw Will's dad in the series. You get to see him in a cameo. And I guess it was fine. But, you know, it's just... Yeah, there are flaws. But, I mean, doesn't any movie have flaws? Even, like, great movies like The Godfather? I'm probably going to hate on that for that, because I love The Godfather. 5 out of 5. Same for Godfather Part 2. 5 out of 5. Godfather Part 3, I have not seen it. I heard it's not very good. Anyways, also there are a lot more crude jokes and gags, and I thought, as an ending to the series, it's a lot more fitting. But yeah, it's not fantastic. I mean, I think the Inbetweeners was originally canceled, the series. I don't know. Comment below if you have the information, because I don't want to put in a description. That's how lazy and how much of an amateur I am. Because, you know, why not? I did enjoy a lot of aspects. I mean, I did laugh several times. I thought I retained a lot of the elements. It was very faithful to the aesthetic and the style of the series. But making it a movie was just not very necessary, since, of course, it still felt more like an extended episode and like a waste of the millions that they had. But still, I still thought it had a lot of the humor, a lot of the crude crass comedy, while also adding a lot more with the lower restrictions that they have. And it's just, I thought it did good for what it could do. It had some flaws, but I still really enjoyed it. I don't know what I'll get. I mean, I did laugh a couple times. There were some gags. And I do admit it also had like style cinematography and editing that was kind of like, you know, the series. But, you know, whatever. Anyways, what would I give this movie? I don't know. Maybe like a 3.5 out of 5. But, I don't know. I guess so. Anyways, guys, it's my review for the Inbetweeners movie. If you want to be more clear on it, I thought that it's more for fans of the series. Sometimes it's a little bit too crude, and it felt more like an episode of the series rather than a movie, but it's still enjoyable if you're a fan of the series, and it's a solid ending to the series, like it was originally intended to be, although they did make a sequel to this movie, so... Overall, I enjoyed it, and I recommend it if you're a fan of the series. Comment below, what did you think of the movie? Have you seen the sequel? What did you think of it? And how do you compare it to this movie? Comment below and subscribe to my channel for more videos.